I be in my feelings, so I'm rockin' slow jam. I be grinding on my own, had to make a pro plan. Had to link up with the bros, they ain't smoking no bland. Gotta get my mind right, I can't focus on romance. Started working on my loyalty, can't teach this. I'm down in pieces. I'm done wasting my time. I can't do gold, so now I'm rocking these fleeces. See the pain in my eyes, I can give you the reason. I don't fold under pressure, I don't sit in the bleachers. All my day ones keep it A1. If you ain't that, you just another snake. I don't deal with fakes, I keep my circle small. That ain't up for the If you ain't on by now, I'm sorry too late. You missed the fight, it ain't no next one. You finna find them. When you see diamonds around my neck, around my wrist, yes, can't be lacking in the hood by myself. Keep it check. I've been fighting for my life since I'm about 10 years old. I'm trying to get what I'm owed. I'm 100, someone keeping it true. I ain't fucking with these niggas, I'm like them with the crew. Try to test me and I'm popping off and spraying these. You gotta show me something different. Alright, that's enough. What up, YouTube? This your boy Jayy, Buji, and I'm back with the #1 episode 1 podcast with my brother TDK Jayy. Got my boy TDK Jayy in the building. Y'all know what it is. Shout yourself out, man. Let them know what it is.
Hey, man. I already know it's your boy TDK Jayy, man. Jay the realest, the most chillest, or the most chillest. Jay the realest. Either way it goes, it's so fucking
banger. You did. Okay. So today is the first episode of the Keep It Bougie podcast. I'm excited. We got a good little topic for y'all. It's actually how we met. And the name of this episode, as y'all can see, is... What did I call it? Damn. Let me check my notes. Okay.
I think it was Army Experience.
Army Experience. There we go. Got it right here. Professional. So it's going to be the Army Experience featuring my brother TDK Jayy. So we're going to break it down in 3 segments. This is how we're going to do it. Every episode, no matter what the topic is, who we have here, everything is broken down into 3 segments. So the first segment is going to be the timeline of the military. Okay, so since it's my show, I'm gonna say mine first. We're gonna move quickly because every episode only gonna be about 20-30 minutes long. So first segment for me, timeline. Pretty much it was a lot going on in my life at the time. You know, my brother that you guys know, if you know, you know, my oldest brother, he had gotten shot. I wasn't able to go back to college for basketball because I tore my ACL. A lot of coaches wasn't really messing with me. And the Army was a decision. It's something that I have kind of been around all my life a little bit. Like, I'm not raised in a military family, but it's been around. So I just kind of, my cousin Ricky, shout out to him. He was just like, yo, go to the recruiting office. He took me to the recruiting office. I was locked in. My girlfriend at the time, she was mad at me. My parents was mad at me, but they all supported me at the same time. After that, long story short, did all the paperwork. I shipped off. Before I shipped off, I went to MEPS. MEPS was an interesting experience for me. I have bad eyesight, so I almost wasn't able to go because I failed the eye test. I had to get contacts and glasses before I could go. I met some cool people there, but nobody that, you know, I still talk to now because it's just MEPS. You just in a hotel, you have a, you know, a little partner or whatever, and then that's it. You never see them again. You know, so I went to the airport. My mom and my girlfriend at the time, they came with me. I was good the whole time. I literally got on the airplane and started crying. Like, to this day, I have the picture. I'm going to see if I can find it. I might drop it while I'm saying this. I had a picture of me crying, and I sent them a message like, I miss y'all already, you feel me? And they just kept me moving and stuff like that. My basic training was in Fort Drum. No, not Fort Drum. Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And it was crazy. Like, I got there, it was almost like the movies. Like, I got off the plane, they put us in this room, we started filling out paperwork immediately. Once I got to reception, the drill sergeant I thought was actually gonna be getting on a bus yelling and screaming. But on my bus, I literally had my phone, I was on FaceTime with my family, I had a big old group call with like 10, 15 of us. He got on the bus and was just like, everybody grab your stuff, get off the bus, and get in a straight line. And I was like, this is about to be easy. Psych. After that, it was nothing but running, screaming, yelling. Everything was fast-paced. You feel me? You got all of your stuff. You in reception. You starting to meet people that you're going to be in basic with. There is a difference between reception and basic. So reception is like the first 3 days that you there, you just you feel me, you just getting your shots and getting all your paperwork, getting your uniform, stuff like that. Basic is when you actually go through the stuff, which we're going to talk about in the third segment. And after that, it was basic training. You got shipped off to basic training, which is like, I think, 10 weeks. You do that, you graduate, you go up to AIT, which my AIT was right across the railroad tracks, still in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, which is where I met my boy here, my brother. And then you go to your duty station after you graduate from AIT. BCT is basic combat training. AIT is advanced individual training. And after that, you go to your duty station. And from there, you have the chance to deploy. You have the chance to, do rotations and all of that type of stuff. So after that, obviously, I left the Army, and now I'm back to being a civilian. So that's my timeline without getting into too much detail because we got to talk about that in another segment. But that's my timeline.
Yes, sir. So my timeline was like kind of funny because like I'm the type of dude like in a serious moment I'll take it. I like whoa.
Wait, yo, damn. This is gonna be his last episode on my podcast.
Like in a serious moment, like I'll find something funny about it and I'ma laugh. So like the reason why I left for the military was because I'm originally from Macon, Georgia. There was a lot of crime going on and killing and stuff. Like I lost 3 people who I looked up to as like my oldest sister and my 2 oldest brothers to gun violence. So once I graduated high school, I did a college application and I wasn't like getting any feedback. So I told my mom, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go to the Army. And she was like proud that I was going to the Army because she knew that I could do it. And like, so right before I left for MEPS, I got the college application and they said I was accepted, and I was like, fuck that, I'm already locked into the Army now. So because I started cutting weight and stuff like that. So once I got to MEPS, we did the same thing, like height, weight, vision. But like the actual building in MEPS, it's like weird because when they told us to like get in our nothing but our drawers for height and weight, I was like, what?
No cap, though.
I was like, you want me to do what now? And it was like, yes, like get in your drawers. Nothing. It's
stripped for real, like
no
right
cap.
now. Yeah.
Like it's nothing serious, nothing like we're not trying to do nothing to y'all. This is how we take weight, because clothes add more weight to you than what your actual weight is. But I did that. I passed height and weight and taping, passed everything. And then when I got onto the bus to get to reception, we was leaving out the building. Unlike my brother, I wasn't like crying or sad or whatever. I was really type happy because I was like, no offense to my mom if you're watching this, but I was happy to get out my mom's house. Like
He was ready to go.
no cap. Like I was ready to like start my own life. And then I got on the bus, went to the hotel, ate, went to sleep, woke up the next day, got shipped off to Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
Relaxing Jackson.
Yeah, Fort Jackson. I think it was South Carolina, North Carolina. One of those.
South Carolina.
One of those Carolinas. So got there, did reception. I didn't actually go to basic training when I needed to go because I forgot what it was. I think I was missing some paperwork or something, and I had to wait till it came from MEPS. And so, because if I would have went, I would have never met Buji. So, did that. I was mad, like I was crying because I was ready to go, like because reception was getting ass and shit was getting depressing. Like sitting in the fucking room with people you don't know, and you gotta call your mom, tell her like, yo, okay, I'm good, like I miss y'all and shit like that. So did that, got that shit done, went to basic training, and it was funny because our basic training, our senior drill sergeant, he was the coolest drill sergeant ever. I forgot his name, but it was like he got on the bus and was like, he was like the coolest person ever, bro. He was like, hey, how y'all doing? Gave us a greeting of the day and everything.
That's that relaxed and Jackson stuff.
Then
For real.
he told us like, all right, put your head downs in y'all bags. And then, bro, we got to our actual like basic training area. Bro, when he scared everybody on the bus, like I was in the back of the bus. And then he was like, get up, get off the bus, get the fuck off the bus. What are you moving so slow for? Pack your shit up, let's go. Bro, when I say I literally felt like I was playing football, like I was rushing, like I was pushing people out of my way, like you're moving too slow, get out of the way. And then boom, got to basic training, got off the bus, and after that we had to run at least like I want to say like a mile from the bus all the way to the what did they call it? The drill pad. So we went there, and then they was smoking us and stuff like that. And then after that, I met some cool people. I still talk to them to this day, some of them at least. But it's this one girl I want you to know, like, if you watching this, hey, I'm still available. But got the AIT after basic training. I got there before Buji, so I already knew like the ups and downs. But when I got there, it was like cool. Like it was no bullshit. Like they didn't do no crazy junk like smoking us and shit. Cause we got there like on the 4th, so we literally did not do PT for I want to say like a whole week and a half, and then got an AIT, was a hold under until I want to say 3 weeks after I got to AIT. Did the classes, passed all my classes, passed all the tests, and I met Buji like when a couple of weeks before we actually left to go to Fort Drum, and then did that, got on an airplane to go to Fort Drum, and I'm currently still in the Army. So I get out in April, and yeah, that's my timeline.
All right, he messing up my segments because he just got mad in depth and all of that. He messing up my segments. So now,
hey,
I don't even know what time yet because I lost track. But so segment 2, I'm gonna make this quick. Segment 2 is the pros and cons. So for me personally, I feel like there are a lot of pros, but there are a lot of cons depending on your personality and how you see life in general. So one of my pros, big time, would be benefits. Like when you in there, you really don't pay for nothing. Like outside of like your house and stuff, if you staying off post and stuff like that. And this is like as far as when you get to the real Army, which is after all your training's done. You don't pay for nothing like dental, health, everything is on the house type junk. Like that's how we see it. You feel me? Another pro is like you meet people that become your family. Like him. Shout out to my brother Coleman. You feel me? Shout out to my sister Chance. You know what I mean? Like those are my brothers and sisters for life. You feel me? Rest in peace to my brother Colvin. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you really build bondage with people in there for real. Like you wake up, you breathe, sleep, live with these people like every day, 24/7, like literally. So that's another good thing. Another thing is fitness. Like if you do what you're supposed to do, you will be fit. Like people be like, oh, it's not like the police force. You feel me? Like police officers, once you get out of the academy, you just do whatever. You're not taking tests over and over. They're not testing you on like. So that's why so many fat police officers. You don't see a lot of fat soldiers. There are some, and then they eventually get the boot. But if you take that junk serious, like I've been the strongest I've ever been in the Army. I've been the most fit that I've ever been in the Army. You feel me? So if you doing fitness the right way and you taking it serious, you will be fit, like straight like that. Another thing, it makes you mentally strong. It teaches you that no matter what, the show must go on. And a lot of people ask, excuse me, why am I so nonchalant now? A reason is, like, I've always kind of had that mentality, but it's real deep as far as, like, being nonchalant because I feel like no matter how close I am to somebody, like, you could be here every day of my life and then, boom, you gone. Not, like, dead gone, but just, like, something happened and we stopped talking, and I'm okay with that. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's hard to say, but if you at war with your battle buddy and they get pilled off, guess what? You're going to grab them dog tags and you still got to finish. Like, you don't have time to sit there and hurt and think, because that's how you get killed. Hesitation leads to death. You feel me? So at the end of the day, you build a strong morale and you build a strong mentality. Some of my cons, I would say, though, it can mentally mess with you. You feel me? Like, could cause PTSD. But it don't always happen. But in some form, in some shape, you're going to have some stuff mess with you. You feel me? Like, and it's not always bad to where you're like, oh, I'm going to kill somebody every second. No. Like, at first, when I was going through that, you feel me? Like, everything was messing with me. Like, loud sounds, whistles, like, everything was just because of what you go through in basic. But that's a con. Another con is that when you are in, like, basic and AIT and you meeting these people and building these bondages with people that you doing all these drills with, and, you know, in the mud, in the rain, in the cold, you going through all of this stuff, and then y'all just separate. You feel me? Like, oh, this person going to Hawaii, this person got stationed in Germany, this person in New York, this person in Cali. So that junk could kind of mess with you a little bit too. Like, dang, like, you feel me? I did all of this work, and then I got to reset myself in a whole new setting. I got to learn to adjust. But that goes back to the pros. It give you that, you feel me, that level. So that's some of my cons. Another one of my cons, I feel like personally, is people forget on the civilian world that you are still a human. Like, they feel like they hold you to a higher standard, obviously, but I feel like that should be on a professional level. At the end of the day, I am still, and soldiers are still human. They make mistakes. They do things wrong. Nobody's perfect. You feel what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I always hated. Like, if I had something happen to me or somebody found out something about me, they'd be like, oh, you're in the Army. How do you...
Right.
Like, I bleed blood too. You bleed blood. So the only difference is I have a different... Like, being a soldier is literally a profession. Like, your profession is to defend this country by all means at any point in time. You feel me? That it's a profession. So don't feel like because these people going out here and doing these trainings and stuff that they're not human, don't make mistakes, and they don't experience life. No. They experience more life, which makes it more difficult and makes you more liable to, you feel me, make these mistakes. But those are some of my pros and cons. I don't go too crazy, but those are just like 2 or 3 pros and cons.
He basically said everything that I was gonna say about the pros and cons. But I would say one of my favorite pros about the military is that it gives you more like knowledge about your weapons, your gun systems, and your vehicles, and it like you can use some of your in the military we call it PMCS. Like you can take that and put it in the civilian world and you can learn how to fix your own car just from PMCS and in the military.
Literally.
Like and about the weapons part, like I learned so much stuff about the weapons, like how to take the weapon apart, how to put it back together in a short amount of time, like how to stop it from jamming, and how to like, oh yeah, and this is my second pro, is like the movement. Like we go through different movements, so like basically you can take anything that you learn in the military and put it into the civilian world, whether you get out early or you get out on your ETS date. One of my cons is about the military is the rank structure in the military. People think just because they're higher ranking than you that
you can't get smacked for real. Like, you can get smacked for real.
Like they think that they can talk to you any kind of way. Oh, shut the fuck up. Or do this, do that. Can you do this? Or no, will you do this? You will do this. Like, you're human, bro. Like, you can act nicely.
Or get the gloves.
No cap.
Like
or
that.
You can stop talking to me crazy before it go before it go left
before
for
it go
you.
left.
No cap. What other cons do I have? Oh, this is my biggest con. Like, I hate it. My biggest con is being up early to go somewhere late. So like waking.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, that's how I was trying to say. Hurry up and wait. In the military, you do a lot of hurry up and waits. Like they'll tell you to be ready at 6 o'clock in the morning to go do something at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the point of that? And we can get up at.
And then that activity only be about 5-10 minutes.
Right, and then.
You're like, what?
That's just some of my pros and cons. I really don't care about the army like that, but I mean, it's a good experience, but yeah.
And the final segment is just the overall experience and advice on the army. So we could probably go back and forth. We ain't gotta go like. So the first thing I want to say, we just gonna go tick for tack for a little bit, like 5 minutes. One of the biggest experiences of my life, and it's not even it was caused because of the military, but it's not even really military related. Fort Sill, Oklahoma is cold as hell. I'm talking about scary cold. And I'm from Rochester, New York, as I said in the intro. I am from Rochester, New York. Oklahoma cold is so cold that it gives me nightmares. Like if I get a unexpected chill on my neck, I have a flashback. Okay? I remember being in basic training. It's like February, mid-cold, like. And it's the reason why it's so cold, people don't understand, is because it's flat plain. So like here how we have buildings and all these houses, everything is flat. So the wind chills be ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yo. It'd be like 10 degrees, wind chills like 30 miles per hour. It'd be feeling like -10. You feel me? Like I'm talking about if you took a bottle of water and poured it on the cement, it's gonna freeze almost instantly. Like it's cold like that out there. So if y'all ever go into basic, and that jump say Fort Sill, Oklahoma, make sure you going in the summer. It get hot, but in that I would rather be cold than hot. But in this case of the army, because you only can understand that you can only wear what they allow you to wear. You get what I'm saying? So in the case of the army, I would rather be hot than cold, 100%. So if y'all see Fort Sill, Oklahoma on your contract, if it's the winter time, we ain't doing that.
No cap.
He is not doing that.
My advice. So, I learned this the hard way, bro.
I need to grab some chips.
I learned this the hard way. I don't care if you got manners, if you was brought up saying yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Please do not go to basic. Nah, I'm good, bro. Please do not go to basic training talking to a drill sergeant and you say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am.
Half fried, face.
That is your ass. They're gonna make you do so many push-ups.
Yeah.
I did that shit when I first got there. He said he's gonna make me push the earth. I said, what? Bro, I did so many push-ups, like I couldn't feel my arms after I got up. And I learned my lesson. So it's yes drill sergeant, no drill sergeant. Simple. And I'm gonna say that one for after him.
No, the stories that they say though really be true. Like,
yeah,
I heard people say that, oh, in the army they be doing some crazy stuff. I think one of the most craziest things that I seen, I was going to work and we had this junk called the motor pool where all the vehicles is. I went in there, it's pouring raining outside. I get out there, buddy got a mop. Mopping the motor pool. I am not making this up.
Hey, you gonna mop this rain?
I said, what are you doing? Oh, I was late to PT, so they told me I had to mop the rain. Damn. It's for real. Yo, they do dumb stuff like that, bro.
Dumb shit, bro.
Yep.
That was advice or
Yeah.
We're doing advice and experience, right?
Whatever.
All right. Whatever. What else was it? Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. Well, my army experience, I got to deploy. That was one of my best army experience ever. Like, being at Fort Drum is an experience in itself, but once you deploy and you go overseas, like, you thousands of miles away from the U.S. itself, like, you see the world differently. Like, you see how people live, how they react to stuff. I was deployed to Africa, and I was deployed to Niger, Africa, right at the bottom of Nigeria. And you know, us black people, it's some people that always want to go to Africa, and that was one of my dreams to do.
He always wanted to go visit where he was from.
Exactly. was to go to Africa, right? So I went to Africa, and it's like once your feet touches that ground, bro, it's like, especially if you're black, bro. So like once your feet touch that ground, it's like a whole different wave of energy comes over your body, because it's like this is like really where my people like live, like. And then so I was also deployed with AB 101, and it's an Air Force based out of Germany, no, Italy, sorry. But yeah, like the food over there is good as hell.
They was over there having karaoke night.
Everything, bro. Like
chilling, like, bumping the music. Yo, I called this nigga one time. I called this man one night. He looked hot, bothered, and stressed out. Buddy didn't even know he done moved the camera. Buddy got a cancer stick. I said, what is this? Hey, you gotta get what you gotta get. I said, damn.
That was when I used to smoke blacks. Like they had ran out of blacks.
Right.
I was like,
I got my money on him. He smoked more blacks in 1 year than anybody you ever met. Buddy used to have the 5 packs in his center of the car. Mad rappers. I'm talking about. He had more rappers in his center than they had in the store. Guaranteed.
No, bro.
I cannot make this up. Like that doesn't stress you out though. I went through a stage where I was drinking a lot. I used to get drunk all the time. But typically when you go to the military, either one or two things happen. And we're not talking about no weekend warriors. So National Guard, Reserve, no disrespect.
Not knocking y'all off or anything.
I know I'm knocking y'all off. You're lazy. Go put in some real work. You feel what I'm saying? So we talking from the active duty, the real army. You feel what I'm saying? So typically, one or two things happen when you in the army. You either turn into an alcoholic or you start smoking. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Simple, bro.
Right now, I don't drink at all. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, my mom make like this Hennessy lemonade. Oh my God, it's so good.
He don't smoke either, y'all.
And I never smoked before, so. But right now, I don't drink. Like now that I'm out, my stress. It just because your stress levels be up. Like people don't understand. Like I said, it takes a mental toll on your body. Like outside of all the physical, the stuff that you gotta remember, and then depending on your job too. Like we field artillery, so we right after frontline. You feel me? And our job was some frontline jump, just not in the front line. You feel me? Like we played a key role. We was well, he is, and I was a 13 Romeo, which is a field artillery radar operator. So pretty much when the enemy shoot, we track where it came from, where it's going, and all of that. You feel me? So we had a. Yeah, come on, you feel me? So listen, this is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if you feel like joining the army, Uncle Sam wants you.
Yo.
Okay? You don't have to give him you though. Okay? Me personally, I am not going to recommend anybody who's lazy to go to the army. That's number one. I'm also not going to recommend, if you don't have the mindset where you think you will ever be in a predicament where I will lay my life on the line for, I don't want to say a random, but a random. Because when you get to your duty stations, people are random. They don't become not randoms until you're there for months and months and months. You feel me? But that's like if you get, we at Fort Drum, we get moved to Fort Bragg, and then we get deployed a week after being there. You feel me? Everybody I'm deploying with are randoms. If you don't think you could ever be like, oh, I will lay my life on the line for somebody I've only known for a week, it's not for you. You feel me? Go do that National Guard Reserve Borshlaka. You know what I'm saying? So also, man, shout out to my Fort Drum 3-6 family. You feel me? I don't want to call names because I know I'm going to forget some. Y'all held it down my time I was in there. It was lit. We had mad fun. Like, mad fun. So, that was dope. Also, basic training. He's talking about his senior drill. I mean, his drill sergeants was lit and basic. I remember mine because mine was lit. Senior drill sergeant Cook and drill sergeant Kirby. Drill sergeant, I don't remember his name too much because he was just strong. I didn't really like, that wasn't really my guy. But drill sergeant Kirby and drill sergeant Cook made me who I am today. Like, People be like, oh, why you so clean? Why you so neat? Why you got OCD? Because Drill Sergeant Cook. And Drill Sergeant Kirby, she was actually a 13 Romeo, which is not common for a drill sergeant because our MOS is so small. So they usually don't give people up like that. And she was black, so you know what I'm saying? She kept it cool, but we about to get ready to end this. Okay?
Oh, by the way, to all his subscribers, man, make sure y'all please go subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. It's Jayy the Realist.
The most chillest.
Just Jayy the Realist though, not the most chillest part.
Spell it out real quick.
JAYYTHEREL cap REALIST. Instagram, same thing. It's JAYY_DA.realist 4 times. Yeah, man, I'm trying to. My video gonna drop tomorrow or sometime.
Facts. So, at the end of the day, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all got some knowledge. If y'all have any more questions, y'all can definitely drop comments in the comment section. I will answer them. I'll be like updated on all of my media stuff, so I'm always replying to everybody. I know the name is Buji, but when it comes down to stuff like this, I am not Buji. Like, I'm here for y'all. You feel me? I'm got to be bringing y'all content and people that y'all want to hear and people that have knowledge and stuff in life. So go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube video. I'm at this YouTube channel. Smack the like button. Hit the notification bell so you can get every single video on time. So you know what's up. Once again, I'm your host, James Buji. You can follow me on Instagram. Excuse me, at James_Buji. That's JAMES_BUJI. Facebook, James Buji, same spelling. And also Twitter, James_Buji, same spelling. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. If y'all didn't, enjoy it. And if y'all did, enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So, also, y'all gonna see this hat a lot. Shout out to my sister, Rarity, Be Rarity. Merch on fire. Some of the best in the city. You feel me? Go get you a hat. Go get you a cap. And don't cap. Gangsta.